Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the DFL Labs channel.
We are here at the Vladivostok Investment Congress in the city of Suzdal.
We have our own booth here. Now we'll show you something interesting. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DFL Labs channel. We're at the Vladimir Investment Congress in Suzdal. We have our own booth here. Here's the funniest thing. There's a booth for the prosecutor's office of Vladimir region. The prosecutor's office is guarding the law. It's good that they're keeping up as well. You can even file a complaint about... By the way, it appears that today we finally got the occupancy permit for our building. That's good. Now we can officially start working.
Well, let's see what we've got here. Just a little snapshot, so to speak.
Permit received. Work starts. All is well.
General Director of Full Electrosystem Limited Liability Company, Alexey Vladimirovich Golovkin. General Director of the Management Company, Tabarakrat One Limited Liability Company, Denis Valerievich Antipov. An agreement is being signed between the government of Vladimir...
Thank you for being with us so far. The story is not over yet, and there is still more to come. We hope you are looking forward to what happens next. Please stay tuned, as the adventure will continue soon.
We specialize in advanced refrigeration equipment. Our company is located in the town of Kurzhak. Our production area covers over 20,000 square meters. And right now, a new large production complex is also under construction. We would be very happy to invite you for a personal tour. We truly have a lot to show and demonstrate, such as how we manufacture our high-quality refrigeration equipment for various industries. We work for the food industry, for medicine, and for many other important fields.
Lately, we've worked a lot with ice rinks, since they need special equipment. By the way, do all rinks use those mats as far as you know?
Yes, they do, but is that really effective? I was thinking of setting one up in my field. It works for heat transfer and efficiency, but the main concern is reliability. They pump ethylene glycol through and chill it. That is how it is set up, right? Yes, but there are two main ways to build a rink. One is pouring a concrete base and laying pipes with glycol coolant, or we roll out ice mats and create the ice surface. I'm not sure which.
In what sense?
And for this reason, it is important to take a moment to consider the circumstances that have led us to this point. By reflecting on the situation and understanding the factors involved, we can better prepare ourselves for the decisions and actions that lie ahead.
For seasonal rinks needing quick setup and removal, this solution works well. You can build a rink like that or use a concrete base with a steel pipe and direct expansion. Is direct expansion with carbon dioxide possible, as in Europe?
A cooled CO2 tank is pumped and vaporized. Oil return is a key refrigeration issue. And
Just to clarify, you also work with ammonia, right?
we have facilities where ammonia is also used to some extent. In general, I should say that the global trend now is to move away from freons and gradually switch back or return to natural refrigerants.
Yeah, so it's more pleasant to get poisoned with the best stuff, but at least it's easy to detect.
In order to actually be able to produce new systems, there needs to be some kind of clear incentive.
Well, my personal opinion is that everything, absolutely everything, regarding all these so-called Kyoto protocols and other similar nonsense, it's all, in my view, a complete and utter sham. Because, honestly, it's really, really strange and suspicious how as soon as DuPont's patent on R22 expired, it suddenly became bad, unacceptable, and so on.
It's all about money. Just see where it comes from. They banned R12, then R22, and now 404 for environmental reasons. Now the industry is moving from CO2 to hydrocarbons and ammonia as technology advances. In Russia, it's not regulated in any way, and then you have to look at the standards depending
on the volume of the room where this equipment is installed, but
150 grams for R290 isn't much. That's 5 kilowatts or less. In Europe, they approved a bill letting you charge up to half a kilogram without any, but half a kilogram is good. In many cases, it depends on the source. No, they're all global now. Everything for household use. Now,
I'll mention another huge advantage here. With R290, you can actually use mineral oil. Both polyester and mineral oil are commonly used, but honestly, it really doesn't matter much. Yes, that's it, just like with Freon. In Russia, almost nothing is produced locally. There are no compressors. Only for closed applications, let's put it that way. Wait a second. Oh, by the way, do you use your own controllers? Or maybe something else, perhaps some Carol controllers or something like that, just wondering?
Forgive me, Grisha. Whenever I dealt with Carol, it was just madness. Look, CO2 is only used worldwide, right? But how are you going to bring in controllers now? The proper ones. Like everyone else. Maybe in your pocket, through Kazakhstan. The good thing is, we've moved to our own. Our controllers are our own. We manufacture them ourselves, and the philosophy too, since most of what we do is for domestic use.
And now we're also going to make cascade systems. It'll be better to run everything on our own controllers too.
No, adjusting the TXV is nothing. That's trivial.
That's not a problem at all.
There are other much bigger issues when you need a lot of things.
A moment ago, I happened to witness something with my own eyes, and it really caught my attention. I just saw it, and the experience was quite surprising to me.
You know what I like about Carlo? That he from
Sometimes the firmware would crash and the power flicker while we worked with Seryoga. We tried Carlo and Simus, but ended up making our own. You should visit Matishchi to see how we assemble and debug cabinets and meet our team designing ACS projects.
Directly. It's simpler for us. Have STNK
On ST32, we put everything together in one place, and it's one
thing when it's, say, a single compressor air conditioner. As many as you want, no but.
nothing complicated. What's the difference? In general, there's nothing complicated in the world at all.
No, you just need to figure it out once and then... No, it's just that... No, of course, it's just because we used to do all sorts of internet-related things and a bunch of different...
STM was used for its familiarity, but keeping a separate team is costly and development is still needed. CO2 mainly allows high pressures, it's not fundamentally better. Synthetic refrigerants will start being phased out next year. Into the country will be significantly reduced by 30%.
By the way, will we get quotas?
Do you have any idea what might happen for next year? No, you don't know? That's understandable since it can be difficult to predict what the future holds. And if we look ahead to the year 2029, the expectation is that there will be a change of about 70%
of the amount. And by 2030...
By some year, there will be nothing left at all.
Soon there will be almost no synthetics left for free use, and then a choice must be made. Or maybe, at some point in the future, Russia will decide to withdraw completely from all of this.
And say, do whatever you want, absolutely anything you feel like doing at all. That would be really nice because...
Yesterday they officially signed a global agreement and, well, what's it called? Something about international. And Russia signed it too. So who is it that...
Lobby...
I don't understand.
And...
If we go back to CO2, it has advantages, for example, heat recovery. It has good thermophysical properties, especially at low temperatures. In older systems where two compressors are installed in series, the energy efficiency indicators are strong. For medium and high temperature applications, you need to make a comparison. It also has a low specific volume. If you use a pipe like this for Freon, you have steel capillaries.
But the pressure is high.
Right? How high? 100 atmospheres. 90 atmospheres is the working pressure in summer for...
Well, it's not that scary.
It's not like 100 atmospheres in some main thermal pipeline where if something blows up, then... And in a Freon system, it's 20 atmospheres. No, but...
Sometimes it's, well...
Condensation.
If it's 410 during condensation, it's only twice as much. What compressors are mainly used now? Are there scroll compressors for carbon dioxide? Emerson started making scrolls a year ago. Not in Russia yet. We recently wrote about it. Another wealthy Chinese company also began making carbon dioxide models.
We spoke to plate.
It's hard to find here in Russia, so we import. You make lyogen generators, right? We make those ourselves.
These exchange sections, we weld, assemble, install. Not rust on theirs, is it?
That's not rust. Interesting, I should come see it. We've built a compact experimental unit. This one here, into a container, so it's about 6 to 10 minutes long. We made a small detailed reef with several windows so you can easily watch the bubbling process, the melting, and the ice formation as it happens. And we set it up at a research institute so our colleagues could help us process everything together
The optimal smooth surface so it melts quickly.
when needed. And last year, we also started making an advanced tile-type ice-making machine, which is designed for producing ice in the shape of tiles. Yes, that's exactly it. You've completely understood what I meant, and I really appreciate how clearly you got my point. That's precisely what I was trying to express.
We assembled this at Scaryage using a pump and impulse equipment for refrigerant supply.
What pump is used for condensate, and how does it work?
It's a special design, without a doubt.
With components carefully chosen to guarantee compatibility with the refrigerant for optimal performance.
Very
Quite interesting. This kind of setup is typically used in the food industry. They load meat or
Something else entirely?
the sections move together and come to a complete stop. So there are some truly remarkable and incredible machines out there. Accordingly, there are horizontal and vertical designs. This one is a horizontal design, so it's probably horizontally oriented.
Beautiful Dorishina. By the way, do you make any sorption systems using ammonia, or do you use something else? Yes, I was actually interested to see how that works. I've only seen some old Soviet refrigerator that used ammonia and water. Yeah, which still...
Works, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the funny part. People don't understand how it's possible. Basically, it can even run on firewood, which is quite interesting. In principle, it really does not matter what you use to heat it. Actually, that's an interesting topic as well, but it's mainly applicable in industries where there are waste heat cycles. Well, yeah, for all sorts of cogeneration, for example, or in some types of diesel piston engines.
You can do much if you ask about CO2 systems.
Do they use copper or steel pipes? They use stainless steel and copper.
Orbital welding is precise.
We have it. It welds well. For high-pressure copper, use K65 tubes.
This,
Handles 100 bar.
right? No problem. Well, with
Copper is more convenient. Here, diameters reach up to 100 millimeters, not...
Up to 100 millimeters, an assistant pipe of 3 millimeters can handle it. That's a thin-walled pipe.
it's going to be crazy.
But with ammonia, black steel is used
I understand with ammonia, any kind of copper and so on can...
form some dangerous compounds. For example, corrosion and... Yes, it gets a patina right away. Compressors here are built into the housing. The compressor's electric motor is inside the compressor housing, cooled directly by the refrigerant flow. With ammonia, you can't do that anymore. You can't repeat that.
Everything.
Is open-type compressors, and the seals...
Please don't leak.
Interesting, isn't it? Like in all technology, there's nothing personal. But you can almost immediately sense it.
It builds up, you'll suffocate.
You won't notice before it knocks you out. Sensors are necessary.
We install a gas analyzer. Ammonia is neutralized easily. Even spraying water turns it into ammonium hydroxide, or household ammonia. It's not as scary as people say. Most importantly, it depends on the amount. If you have tons, yes, it's scary, but if it's a few dozen kilograms, it's not that bad. As long as you follow safety procedures, it's used everywhere. For example, Igor Nagoda, he's the father of refrigeration.
He did his internship at a cold storage plant where an incident occurred. They believed the system was off, but the receiver still contained ammonia. When they opened the lid, it exploded with a deafening noise, causing everyone, including him, to run and jump the fence. Fortunately, everyone survived. The receiver was massive, and they had forgotten to drain it. Who knows how much ammonia is in there? The last section was stuck, and when it blew, it was crazy.
That's how it goes.
We will open the design bureau.
We're now involved with electric transport. Your motivating videos make me happy. We visited Baikonur. Please keep making this content. Talk about how to run properly in Counter-Strike and where to make quick money, but so people get inspired to pursue engineering. That's really important. We recently gathered all the departments from across the country in the cold storage room, and we came from Kaliningrad, from Kamchatka. 25 departments showed up. And what did we find out? Refrigeration technology isn't really seen as a proper specialty by anyone. Out of 300 spots in the ranking, we're somewhere around 250th place. So this field of study doesn't attract young people's attention at all, which is really strange and interesting. Here.
You can dig endlessly deep here. I just recently bought myself a piece of equipment for generating liquid nitrogen. I didn't even know such a thing existed. In the Soviet Union, they used direct air condensation based on a Stirling engine with helium as the working fluid. So it's a Stirling engine, a rectification column. I keep wanting to try and start it up. It produces about 7 or 8 liters. It's from around 1989 or 1991, something like that. It's called Vidosiv, I think. Vidosiv, some kind of contraption like that. And everything in it is set up with those pressure gauges that have contacts. Mine is new, with a repair kit, and I want to get it running. But now liquid nitrogen is cheap. I bought it right when COVID started. Not really bought, but I needed a ton of nitrogen for metalworking. They jacked up the price. The maximum price that can be charged for this product is set at 150 rubles per liter. This means that wherever you buy it, you should not pay more than this amount for each liter. The purpose of this regulation is to protect consumers from sudden price increases and to ensure that the product remains affordable for everyone. This price limit applies to all standard retail locations, so both buyers and sellers must follow this rule.
What's the output capacity? About 10 liters, right? Yes. Is it possible to tweak it so you get liquid oxygen when we liquefy air?
They use nitrogen. They evaporate it and use it for cooling, as far as I understand.
Yeah, there's a heat exchanger in place, which is a device where the oxygen actually boils off and turns into a gas, so
it cools the airflow as a result, right?
It freezes out the moisture. How did you get the oxygen? Nitrogen is lighter, it boils off first. It boils, and you end up with oxygen.
Helium slowly evaporate, need to add more, just the amount.
By connecting the column.
Something is starting in the head.
And the helium evaporates, not sure you need to add it.
How do you even keep it? It's so fluid. For fun, I bought a spring expander. We know some guys who make them.
And a spiral compressor, and
in the opposite direction. Didn't you see my video? Using a Tesla spiral compressor with a BLDC motor, he built it. Igor modified it for me, making this turbine on an organic Rankine cycle. I don't recall which refrigerant I used first. I flushed it, tried another, and reached 4.5% efficiency at 100
degrees of condensation. In short, I got 4% electrical efficiency. I think if you really fine-tune everything, you could get 10, but it works. I built the test stand just for the record. Check out the video, it's there. I breathed in all that crap, but anyway, it worked. It really buzzed and spun. I actually measured the electrical power on the load and everything else. I heated it all with heating elements, and it turned out pretty cool. I keep thinking, I have a screw compressor, maybe I should try it with a screw compressor too, since it can also be used like that. I hope I'll come visit you to see it.
All the best.
to reverse pull out the valve. I have a Korean one and don't mind, it's easier.
Do it first, then we'll think about it. That was interesting. Thanks for the interview. I hope to visit and see it. Goodbye. Drive past the mud. Mashulik, let's check the radiator.
Cool, you see, they're pulling metal profiles through the dies, carefully shaping them into what look like cubes. This is happening in the Kalatinsky district, an area known for its metal structure production. The process is fascinating and beautiful to watch. as the raw metal is transformed into strong, useful forms. Girls, have you ever wondered who is pulling you through the aluminum dyes, shaping you into something new?
Yes, that's our enterprise, the very place where all this skilled work takes place.
Is this some kind of enterprise? Yes, it's our professional teaching. Interesting. That's also a greeting. Smelly, whatever. It's interesting. Sometimes you need it. You do. And we're out in the field, hungry. See, members of the union, we can stand up to it. And we're the whitest. It'll come in handy. Sometimes we order from Rostov. We can do it here. Cheaper and better. Let's move on. No.
Wow. After pre-board is pretty cool. They also make electric power steering. Interesting. We have different cars, but on average it's 750. In Antileska it's 26, but it's finicky.
Nice. And the same functionality, exactly the same, works even when you hit sharp bumps or rough patches in the road no matter where you are. This technology is available anywhere, and it's already being used here in Russia as well. In fact, it's right on our street, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Yeah, I actually saw it there with my own eyes. No, wait, I think it was on one of the GCPs, right? Or was it on two of them? Yeah, that's right, it was on two different GCPs. It's really becoming more common to see this kind of thing around here, and it's impressive how quickly it's spreading.
I have HASES installed. And what exactly is the Champion system? Do they actually sell those systems? Yeah, I understand. I also do some metalworking myself, and I have HASES installed. By the way, what kind of CNC system do you have there specifically?
We're actually developing our own CNC system right now too, but we're doing it on OPROM CNC. It's convenient. Our own drivers, our own stuff. Well, just for a specific purpose. At our factory, we mostly install things for ourselves less often. We have about 300 horsepower there. This is the assembly. Neat, beautiful, with soul. Yeah. I actually bought myself a bunch of GCDs right before all this stuff started.
Did the accelerators pass there? There's a layered pump. We make bushings and spare parts ourselves, since the pump motor is inside, a layered pump motor. With more variations now, everything is interchangeable. What accelerator stuffing is there? There's a layered pump. Hold on, what's happening? For now, that's how it is.
Yeah, it's not very convenient for me because of the prosthesis. I can do it, sure. Is this a flash drive? We have one. Thanks. I think there were rights here. What? There are rights, but that doesn't mean I'm right. I'll spend a bit less time with you. Okay, here's a bear from one of my projects. The bear had 2 arms, right? For you?
Management, yes. Let's discuss this in a bit more detail. This factory of ours was officially launched about 3 years ago. At that time, we conducted a thorough inspection of the facility. We checked everything carefully. What kind of beats did you receive from us? The museum owners themselves participated in the process. There were 45 tons in one batch and 25 tons in another. These quantities were distributed over there and there, at different locations as needed. Construction grease was also used as part of the process.
When it comes to the machines, we just participate in everything. Few are interested and prices are high, but we won tenders, including for Minsk Motor Plant. We're developing a CNC system and some plan tank manufacturing.
The heat pump factory from hers. We are building it right here at this very location with a trusted partner. And
As for me, I'm from...
Reddit, everything will be clear there. My only expenses are for the mechanical creation of pressure. And because there is a phase transition, that is, I have the evaporation of Freon, it absorbs a lot of heat. I cool the ground and heat the building. This is a heat pump, working by the reverse Rankine cycle. Do the math, it will be clear. My only expense is creating pressure mechanically. Because of the phase transition, evaporation of Freon, it takes a lot of heat from the ground. Energy doesn't come from nowhere. I'm cooling something. The Earth is huge, you can hardly cool it down. That's the point. That's what I was told.
And this energy, the mechanics of creating pressure, well, somewhere.
Heat pumps are cost-effective for heating. Kilowatts for the heat pump. Right now, with all the current prices, it will cost about 1,700. Plus you have to dig a circuit for it, which isn't cheap either.
For that money, you could install a good gas system as an alternative. Not everywhere.
I even have gas as a backup, and for now, if you compare the heat pump, roughly speaking, the cost per kilowatt of energy produced is about 3 times higher than gas, but about 4 times cheaper than electric heating. And in some cases, well... In some places, there is simply no gas available for people to use. Especially in certain areas, this lack of gas can cause significant inconvenience and challenges for daily life.
Industrial ones.
Warehouses, premises where
We have them.
custom units don't need high heat, but gas is hard to supply. Electricity gives independence, but you may only get 15 kilowatts. Some say electric heating isn't profitable, but that's your limit. I just utilize 4 kilowatts of electricity in total, but I heat all areas and appliances with a heat pump. It's highly cost-effective, especially when you need only low temperatures, like heating a pool. It's also great, for instance, if you have a hotel where you need to heat the pool and cool the rooms. You can directly transfer the energy from the air conditioner to the pool. In these so-called apartment complexes, there are ring systems. There are 2 main pipes, supply and return. Sometimes during the off-season, part of the building heats up more than the rest. Now you need heating. Every retail outlet has an air conditioner that can heat or cool as needed, keeping things balanced inside. There are many uses for this, especially where natural gas isn't available or heat recovery is needed, like in manufacturing, for example, thermoplastic machines used to make plastic. Otherwise, people try all sorts of alternatives.
Everything overheats there, so they constantly cool things down.
The guys put them on, it comes up, and just like that, it solders them. It heats up so much. We also dumped its heat into the heating system. I don't know. For now, there's nothing like that. Put them on.
And it comes up, and just like that, it solders them. It heats up so much.
We also send its heat to the heating system because we must comply. Has gas arrived there yet? I'm not sure. There are gases at Malacristo. What are you doing there? Come to the stand nearby. Now, we're working on precision air conditioners for these. No. That is,
So you do assembly? No.
we have our own custom controllers, controller housings, and we fabricate them ourselves. Right here. And the compressors are produced by companies like Emerson, Mitsubishi, Danfoss, and it's all in the same weight class.
We make all our main components ourselves and plan to build a factory for classic heat exchangers.
But if you no longer know how to work with it, or if you simply don't feel it anymore, then that's not the right approach, and it's not ethical towards these guys, these colleagues. I came here to a field where people didn't really understand anything, so to speak. I tried to give as much as I could from my own experience and background, and that's why I don't think it's ethical or right to get hung up on it now. But at the same time, if I made the right decision, if I truly made the correct choice,
After the holidays, when you arrive, meet everyone and learn about the project. Today they showed me around, explained things, and agreed with my concerns. The project is big, that's how it turned out. It's the specifics.
it's right when people see the project is big. That's just how it is. It's the specifics. I thought there would be atlases now, but no one says anything. Valery, you know what else struck me? We had a very emotional, informative meeting, and I'm glad it's continuing constructively. Honestly, one of my traits as a dietetic specialist is that, a private Greek vessel. That's what interests me here. And we got a state-of-the-art laboratory. With the new laboratory, this meant adapting laws to specific features. Private leadership isn't relevant here, right? State-owned wasn't either. Then we got a governor. I couldn't agree with him. He said, Alexei, either you want it or I do. This job is appointed. Follow my rules or that's it. That's how it is. And he kind of set it into the air, up to the sky, so to speak, but it really stuck with me and stayed in my mind for quite a while. I said, yes, I can still do it. Yes, I can still do it, and you're happy about it, which made me feel reassured. And he brought it up again, and look, I agreed right away, in other words, but the idea was that he wasn't doing it against his will, so to speak. He was actually willing. Yes, and people, well...
It all turned into this. From Addis onward, everything will go as it should for us. We have no other options anyway.
Yes. Well, and so to speak, let me think. A certain form is required for this.
But however...
Life is completely different. Business is completely different. And I see the capacity, the depth, and when I'm somewhere truly far away, oh, I can still sense it. I understand that business values form, but life and business are more complex. When I hear good news, I remember being part of it.
Vladimir, great to see you. Let's check out more synths and head to the car. My grandmother said they grew hemp with low THC in Ryazan. During the flowering period, when they harvested it, everyone would get dizzy and everyone would get pretty high, feeling lightheaded and somewhat euphoric. But still, this was somewhere in the early 1950s, or perhaps the late 1940s, and a lot of hemp was grown in the Ryazan region, which was quite well known for its extensive hemp fields at the time. I don't even know exactly what it was grown for. Well, probably for making hemp fiber, which was commonly used in textiles, maybe for something else as well. What? No, it doesn't smell like anything in particular. Why? It would be someone else's ganja, not ours. See, even this, they make arbolite out of it. Hemp arbolite. Wow, that's really something, you know. It's kind of a pretty crappy thing, honestly, but the geometry is definitely off. My garage is actually built from something quite similar to that kind of crap, you know. As far as I understand, it grows on almost any type of soil, to the best of my knowledge. Hey, you know, your minibus up top is really something else? They make hemp arborite. You can build with it, your car rolled away.
No, here.
Veneer.
And
Just took it here?
is this like, does...
This is
Very, very, very tightly compressed, almost
straw. And is it with some kind of a binder, perhaps?
an American strain, no THC, 21 types.
Grown in Russia, just a few hectares. Easy to grow.
Well, you can, dye with it, and there is cultivation in Otzi. Every variety will grow. I mean, my grandmother told me that in the Ryazan region, at the end of the 1940s, they grew a lot of it. Oil, there were lamps providing light. And what's this here? It's insulation material. And how do you put it inside in Adigia specifically? This is called BKUs, a non-woven material that can actually be used in automotive manufacturing, in construction, and in other industries as well. It can also be used in clothing, in mattresses, and in various other products. And is this made from the stalks? Do they get the fibers from this plant? In general, hemp is divided into three main parts. The top part, then the stalk itself. The stalk is divided into fiber and leaf. We separate it carefully.
We take the fiber and the herds. This is like gold. Whether they look alike or not, they're like brother and sister. These are two bast fabrics, as I call them. This one is the sister and Lena is the brother.
And what about the price tag?
How does it compare? Is it competitive with other types of insulation?
With which ones? Well, I don't know. What else is there? Maybe mineral wool, perhaps, for example. It's like comparing a Renault car to...
It's like comparing natural fiber to something chemical, but remember, everything is chemistry. Everything is stardust. The future is chemistry. It melts. That's it. Go ahead, comment. Why are you here? Oh, laser simplification for melting. Let's stabilize it first. Put it here. Well, that's really something. I searched and actually searched then. They really do it.
Here I am standing here quietly looking around and taking in my surroundings, observing what is happening in this moment.
They do it? I kept looking. They really do. About the magnets. Oh, gentlemen. I ordered it from an elderly grandfather somewhere in Russia, in Moscow. The price tag turned out to be twice as expensive as in China, and 3 times more expensive in terms of time. Yeah, the prices for them are absolutely insane, much higher than you might expect. Oh, gentlemen, would you look at that? We actually manufacture neodymium magnets right here in this facility. I remember once I ordered some from an old man living in Moscow, Russia. The price he charged was literally twice as high as what you would pay if you ordered from China, and the whole process took 3 times as long to complete. That was because the magnets were custom made specifically for the chest, requiring special attention and craftsmanship. With her, Vasya, the process was even more particular, as she had her own unique requirements that needed to be met.
Money back? Perhaps. I don't feel it yet, but I do really feel it, sorry.
Fasten it at the top. Money back, I don't feel it, just the elastic.
So what? Well, no, it's like, so your back doesn't hurt, you lift it up. Look, every time you bend over, right? Right. You store up...
Energy.
in these patients. Yes.
and you can lift yourself up, they pull you upward.
The Ganzarek weighs about a kilogram and helps by 5 to 10% when lifting.
Dangerous position is when you are bent over and lifting something heavy. Because of the leverage, that's where it helps. Yes, this really helps. Because the most dangerous position is when you're bent over, right, and lifting something heavy. Because due to the leverage right here, yes, let's turn it on.
Your load is several hundred kilograms, so in this position,
It helps you. You bend over. Do you recommend this for the gym? For
The gym, I don't know if that's appropriate. We recommend this for jobs that are related to a slight squeal. A slight squeal. A slight squeal. Oh, a slight squeal. Oh, a slight squeal. Oh, a slight squeal. 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 Slight squeal. Squeal. A slight squeal. A very slight squeal. A slight squeal. Breathing may wheeze. Take breaks to prevent back pain.
a slight squeal as you tighten it. If you don't work it, it won't need.
Excellent. Excellent. Super. Did you have fun with us? Thank you. Thank you.
Very interesting. Did you like it?
I liked it.
Thank you. Very interesting. Did you like it? You did. Good.
Take it. You definitely have to try it. Well, yeah.
It's even more convenient there, right? Well,
Of course, totally. Well, I'm used to... No, there, instead of walking to the factory, it's just 2
steps. You can even ride a bike if you want. Yeah, they...
will bring you to the very best place. While they're catching fish there, the fish are close by. Instead of walking, there aren't many people, but fish.
Haven't been there in a while? Although it is time for us to part ways for now, I want to sincerely say goodbye. I truly appreciate the moments we have shared together, and I will always remember them fondly. As we go our separate ways, I wish you all the best in everything you do. May your future be filled with happiness, success, and wonderful experiences. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, and remember that you will always have a special place in my thoughts. Goodbye. Russian feed soup. What's that? There's a willow tree here. Can't really say. Starkey. There's less harmony here. Starkey 2, Russian harmony, like on the minibus. He sits down. Ready? Approximately 20 minutes ago. Died.